Nowadays, we spend most of our time at home, working, studying, communicating, basically doing everything from home. That means we've also been stocking up on lots of food. Some of you have sent me messages telling me how much weight you have gained during the lockdown. Hands up if you have been overeating just by spending more time at home. Let me know in the comments below. I mean, what else do you do 24/7 at home, isn't it? Plus, the food cupboard is literally right behind you. Of course, you're going to start reaching and snacking away. So, let's start talking about how you can stop overeating and the cause of it. When we think about why we eat, we often think that it's because we're hungry. But is that really the case? Just take this time to think back. When was the last time you ate because you were truly hungry? When was the last time you ate so much you felt absolutely starved? How did you feel afterwards? Did you feel satisfied? Or were you ashamed and felt guilty? The truth is, we don't always eat because we're hungry. Did you know that there are 8 different types of hunger? Eating too much once in a while is normal. I mean, I do that myself, especially if it's a celebration. However, if you feel that your eating is out of control and you tend to think about food all the time, then watch this video through. It is important for you to identify your hunger if you're constantly binging on foods, and to learn to recognize why this is happening and to take the steps to help you to eat more mindfully. This is the real kind of hunger. You can physically feel the hunger. Just like when our bladder stretches, it signals a need to pee. When you physically feel hungry, your stomach starts to growl, your blood sugar level drops, your energy is low, and you have a hard time concentrating on the task you're doing. This is the kind of hunger where your body truly needs food, and you should be eating. Listen to your body's physical cues and eat when you start to feel moderately hungry. Don't leave it until you feel extremely hungry, because this can often lead to making really bad food choices and eating too much food at one sitting. Eating more calories can also lead to weight gain. Does this sound like you? I just feel hungry all the time and I can just eat and eat and eat, and I still don't feel satisfied. Chances are, you might be feeding your body with crappy meals. Meals which are high in calories but low in nutrients. Yes, you will feel full, but only for a short period of time. After 30 minutes or an hour, you'll start to feel hungry again. This is because our body naturally craves for nutrients and real food. And because you're not getting proper nutrients from junk foods, your brain would tell you to eat and eat. But instead of eating a nutrient-dense meal, you end up eating more crap, consume far more calories than what your body needs, and yet you still don't feel satisfied. It's a vicious cycle. Eat crappy food, don't get the nutrients your body needs, don't feel satisfied, eat more crappy food, and eventually, whoa! Where did that extra weight and tummy come from? If this sounds like you, pay attention to what you feed your body. Eat real foods, foods that are minimally processed and packed with nutrients. Feeding your body with nutritious meals will leave you feeling satisfied for much longer. Hence, you won't be in that vicious cycle of craving for more. If you need help to get started, then do check out my YouTube channel for lots of simple, wholesome recipes and also delicious meal plans. We live in a culture where we turn to food to fix everything. We associate food with happiness and comfort. Hence, when we feel the opposite, such as feeling stressed, tired, bored, lonely, sad, or angry, we turn to food to try to fix our emotions. Instead of dealing with the deeper issue, we want instant gratification because we want to feel better. It's similar to how some people turn to alcohol or drugs. It works, but for a very short time. When it's over, we often end up feeling worse and hate ourselves for binge eating. It's important to recognize that emotional hunger isn't located in the stomach. You don't physically feel hungry. You crave for specific comfort foods. For instance, You want to have ice cream or chocolate to make you feel better. This often leads to mindless eating. Instead of having a few pieces of chocolate or a few scoops of ice cream, you lose control and end up eating the entire block of chocolate or the entire ice cream tub. And yet, you still don't feel emotionally satisfied, even when you're extremely starved. At the end of this cycle, instead of making you feel better, you end up feeling shameful, regretful, and guilty over the food you have just eaten. If you're an emotional eater, the next time you're stressed out and have the urge to reach for a snack, put the food down. Take 3 deep breaths and ask yourself, what am I asking the food to do for me? If it's linked to an emotional trigger, don't reject the emotion. Instead, bring awareness to your feelings and you might be able to find other ways to satisfy your emotions. If you're feeling down, call a friend to have a chat with or read a self-development book that might help you through your issues. If you're stressed out over work, then just spend 5 minutes away from your laptop or phone. Just lie down or drink a cup of tea to calm you down. Shift your thinking away from food and change the action to feed your emotion, not your body. Breakfast at 8 a.m., lunch at 1 p.m., and dinner at 7 p.m. You eat because you have trained your body to eat at a specific time. Well, there is nothing wrong with this because in fact, it can be a good eating habit and prevent overeating. However, habit hunger can be an issue if we subconsciously associate food to a certain activity. For instance, do you snack when you go to the movies or watch Netflix at home? Let's face it, chances are you're not hungry and you don't really need to munch. This is a habit which we have developed over time. And now that we're spending more and more time at home watching TV, that's where all the extra snacking and calories is coming from. If this is you, start to break the habit by having a warm cup of tea or keep your hands busy by doing something else such as knitting or arranging a puzzle. You don't have to always keep your mouth busy. Imagine this. You already had your lunch and you're supposed to meet a friend just over coffee. When you're at the cafe, all the cakes and pastries displayed look so yummy and you're convinced that they would taste just as good. Suddenly, you have more space for food. So instead of just having a cup of coffee as planned, you end up ordering a piece of cake, a piece of pastry to go along with your coffee. So rather than listening to what your body needs, you're letting your senses, the sight, the smell, and the taste of the food control you. If this sounds like you, before you make an impulsive decision, stop for a moment. Look at all the temptations and ask yourself, am I hungry? Will eating that piece of cake make me feel good afterwards? If your answer is no, I will only feel guilty, then step away. You don't need to have it. If, however, you decided to go ahead and treat yourself, instead of just scuffing it down, enjoy the cake with all your senses and share it with your friend. Look, smell, take small, slow bites to really fully appreciate the taste and texture. Remember, one slice of cake once in a while won't make you gain weight, but scuffing them down mindlessly out of shame on a regular basis will. Most of us are probably struggling with this right now, especially if your country is still in a lockdown. I mean, what do you do at home? You're probably spending many hours watching videos, scrolling through social media while munching away. When you have nothing to do, it's very tempting to visit the fridge or grab something from the food cupboard. I mean, have you actually counted how many times you have opened and closed your fridge and food cupboard? Well, start counting and let me know in the comments below. To fight against this, you have to find a different activity to get outside the boredom zone immediately. If I find myself sitting on the couch for more than half an hour munching away, I will force myself to get up and put on a workout video from Phil and start working out. It's only a 30-minute workout, but it always makes me feel so much better afterwards. I'm burning and not consuming more calories. I would also spend time playing with my dog Rusty, and also do some reading to keep myself and my brain occupied. I think this is in fact the best time for you to pick up a new hobby or skills and improve yourself. So there's really no excuses of feeling bored and just wasting your time away. Now that you're spending a lot of time at home with your family and probably cooking a lot more often, this can also lead to overeating. I mean, come on, mom's home-cooked meals are the best. Everyone is enjoying it and we have to finish it just to keep her happy. Let's face it, sometimes our own family members can be an unintentional saboteur by encouraging us to keep eating and eating. Come on, eat more, darling. I made these cookies and these buns. You got to try them. They're delicious. Eat. Keep finishing it. Yes. If you have such friends or family members, you need to learn when to say no and that you have had enough of food. It will be challenging, especially to your family. But if you can have an open conversation with them and share with them your fitness goals, then perhaps they can be more understanding and supportive towards you. Ladies, you know very well what I'm talking about. You've been eating so well, and a few days right before your period, bam, your hormone changes and you suddenly crave for all the bad stuff. This is so me. In fact, it just happened to me a couple of days ago. I lost control and just wanted sweet desserts, savory snacks, and nothing seemed to satisfy me. And I ended up with a bloated tummy. You don't have to deprive yourself, but what is important is that you're aware of the hormonal changes that are happening in your body. So when you indulge, eat in a mindful way and enjoy your food with all your senses. You will feel satisfied with less and you will be in control of the situation. Soon, the cravings will start to fade away and you'll find balance again. For the next 3 days, I want you to record every single thing you eat and then determine what kind of hunger it was. Ask yourself, why did you eat? Were you physically hungry? Or were you just stressed or bored? Was it a habit-based decision or because everyone else was eating? Write it down and share your thoughts with me in the comments below. By recognizing which hunger you're experiencing, you'll be able to take the right approach to satisfy it and stop overeating. Eventually, you'll be in control of your eating habits rather than allowing your emotions or surroundings to control you. So let me know your experience and thoughts in the comments below. If you find these tips to be useful, then do give this video a thumbs up, share it on with your family members and friends, and do also hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet subscribed. Check out my YouTube channel for a lot more home workout videos, healthy recipes, and also meal plans to help you get started in your fitness journey. And I will see you in my next video. All the best.